Hello everybody. Quite a coincidence actually. I was thinking already a while of taking a short break from my usual knife reviews and having a short overview video on how I display at least a number of my knives. If you have been following my channel, you know that I've got quite a few knives, and well, it's actually not elegantly possible to display them all. So I have a little display where I publish, I would say, display some of the more interesting ones, which is always good for a talk, and I tend to change them. So, and now purely coincidentally, actually, Cutlerylover, actually there's a competition on asking, okay, how do you display your knives? So let's have a look here on how I display a nice selection of my knives actually. So usually here, by the way, so this is actually the corner, you could say, with a lot of folders. We will see some fixed blades later. Well, actually we begin with fixed blades. Look here in the middle, because I put them in the center. Look, this is where it all began. Obsidian and flint knives, like they made actually in the prehistoric times. Look how beautiful this one is. It's really a little gem. So I do almost all of them, except the ones in the little displays are on wine corks actually, because I think that's quite fun. And here's the obsidian is a volcanic glass actually, in the way that the Native Americans made them. I think these are beautiful display pieces. And then it's interesting actually to go here towards the new modern folders, and the first one that you see here is actually a modern interpretation of those classical knives. It is a Belgian custom folder called the Explorer, in fact the Mini Explorer with a carbon fiber handle. I have a video on almost all the knives that you will see in this little clip, so that is always good for a discussion. It's a very, very beautiful, luxurious knife, as you can see. So, what do we have then here? This was actually the first really good knife that I bought. It's a Mcusta Take model, so with Damascus. So most of my knives, if you know that, are more gentlemanly in nature. What you won't see here on the display are the Lagiols and Opinels and Luthiers, because those are eating knives, and well, you get them at the table when you come to my place actually. The collection here on display is more pocket knives. And in fact the ones that are here horizontal, on the surface of the cabinet, are most of them are you could say two-hand opening knives, except for example the Mcusta and one or two more, but okay. Here a very beautiful Moki, perfect gentlemanly folder with abalone and shell inlays, very elegant combination of classic and modern. A perfect Boker. Look at that wood. Excellent knife. This was a limited run. Here we have indeed a Lagiol here, but this is more a gentleman pocket knife Lagiol, as you can see. The Boker Chronidur, classic kind of Boker folder, the kind that they do with their eyes closed, but here with a very modern space age steel. Here one that I have not yet discussed. This is a beautiful Belgian custom. It's a friction folder, so it's really a combination of the very ancient and the modern, because it has a nice micarta handle. This is by Mr. Parmentier, which is recognized as a kind of a god amongst European custom knife collectors. Here, one of my most beautiful classic folders is the Robert Klaas Monolith 2000 with a Korean handle. I have another one as well, with another handle. Yeah, I have to put it down because I cannot hold the camera otherwise. And here, also nice. This is actually the CRKT, which looks a bit like a tactical Lagiol. It's a Suma. I love this one. It's very, very beautiful actually. Now, what do we have here then? Well, these most of the knives here are titanium, and 4 of them especially are Klötzli. It's a brand, a Swiss brand that I really like, very high quality and totally not like the Swiss Army knives at all. So here we have the Sailor, designed by, in fact all the Klötzlis I have here are designed by Boker, the super knife designer who has actually invented the liner lock. So that's a Sailor with stainless steel handle. I've got another one with G10. We have the Walker 06, which is actually a perfect competitor, more gentle mini to the small Sebenza, I think, with more luxurious in finish. The beautiful Walker 05. Now, I think you find it, and you see also my knives, most of them are not tactical looking. Actually, that's why people, when they come to my place, think it's a bit amusing, and they find them in the end usually very elegant, actually, these knives, because also most of them do not really look like weapons. And indeed, tactical use is not even an interest of mine. Look at here the fantastic Walker 03 of Klötzli. Look at that finish. It's a beautiful, elegant knife. Can use it for food, can use it as a quite big pocket knife. And then here, one of the beasts actually. This is the Lionsteel SR1, one-piece titanium handle, frame lock, extra rotor lock. It's a beast of a knife. Very beautiful. I admit that I don't use it. It's very strong, but well, if you have many knives, there are some that you won't use, and this one is beautiful to look at. So let's go now to the left. Well, quite a few of them are Spydercos. I've got a lot of Spydercos because I really love Spydercos. I think they are splendid. And there in the corner we have Bokers. Let's have a look. So here you see how I put them, so that you can at least see each of the knives quite easily. So I begin with the smallest one. So that's the Kiwi, beautiful knife. The Coppa with giraffe bone handle, lovely. The Urban Warncliffe, fantastic slip joint. Then one of my favorite knives ever, the Kali 3. This is a ZTP one. And another of my favorite knives is perfect universal knife, the Stretch 2 with carbon fiber handle. Absolutely lovely. One which looks amazing is the Anso. The blade is actually fantastic for food prep. Unfortunately, its handle isn't that comfortable. Then another true classic, the Military. This is one of the most tactical looking knives in my collection. I must say, but it's a fantastic knife actually. I typically use it on barbecues and the like. I mean, for EDC I usually take something smaller, but I really love the Military. So let's have a look here at other Spydercos. So typically also indeed the people ask, what is that hole for? And then I explain and so on, and then they are also quite amused, for example, to see that there are modern interpretations of ethnical designs, like here the Chris. Which is from Schemp, the designer Schemp, a modern interpretation of that classical ceremonial knife. Or here the big Persian. I think I have not yet made a video about this. I will that eventually once I also have the newer lightweight one. And then actually my favorite ethnic Spyderco is a Shockwave, that African inspired knife. I think it looks totally timeless, and while it doesn't look that way, it's actually very comfy in the hand. And then here Spyderco's modern workhorse is the Gale Bradley, perfectly made thing with a blade that can rust, so you have to watch out with it depending on what you cut. I've not used this one. Yeah, in fact the knives that I use most are not necessarily the most high-end ones, and this is one that they don't make anymore, is the Wiele. Look how elegant it is actually. It's a perfect kind of tactical gentleman knife in my opinion. So what else? Well, here let's have a look at Boker. I'm as a European, I always liked the design of Boker. I understand that for American viewers of my little channel, they may seem sometimes a bit expensive, and indeed the currency exchange dollar Euro is a bit disadvantageous, you could say. The ones which are affordable are the Boker Plus ones, which are made in Taiwan or sometimes China and still offer good quality. And that's for example this one. This one is the lovely Excalibur. It's one of the is in fact a production version of a wonderful custom design. It is actually offers a really good quality price. So here we have a few more tactical knives than most of my collection. This was a limited one, based actually on an old Brent design. They did this one for the 140th birthday. It looks a bit like an Umumzaan But actually, if you look for the brand model, you see this is indeed the classic brand with the aluminium handle with those slits in it. But it's not a copy of an Umzaan. It's true that it resembles a bit with those slits. But and then here, that is I discussed this also already. The beautiful Dietmar Pohl design, the Eurofighter 2. No, the Eurofighter, not the 2. And then this one I've not yet discussed, and man, this is an awesome folder. This is the Titan Lightweight Tactical. Look at, these are 2.5 millimeters liner, so it's a liner lock that's as strong as many frame locks actually. It's a fantastic knife, this one. Fantastic sturdy knife, very ergonomic, but a video will come eventually. And here the small turbine, the Turbine 2 with the black G10 inlay, is another Dietmar Pohl design. It's a very nice universal EDC knife, very good in the hand. The blade is X15, which is something completely stainless like H1. On the other hand, it also means that it's not the last word in edge holding, but for general EDC use it's not really an issue. So let me zoom out here, then we go to a few fixed blades. So I think I'm quite happy with this display actually. Yes, it's not everything, but it's fun. It's fun, and especially I like the fact how you go from the history to the modern ones. Here a number of them mainly two-hand opening knives, which to me is not a disadvantage, it's just a different way. And here the best of Europe, you could say, is Klötzli and Lionsteel. So let's now move sideways. And we come to a few fixed blades that I have here on display. So a Belgian Puco design actually, it's a Belgian custom, very lovely made. The Boker Plus Rhino, also a very nice knife. So I selected them on looking good actually on a display. This one here, the Enzo Trapper, a really good fixed blade, and then of course the awesome Spyderco bushcraft with a wonderful handle that actually in almost all of them has at least very slight cracks. That's why they were discounted, but look how beautiful it is. So I've got more fixed blades like the fantastic Spyderco Moran and Moras, etc. But these ones are really selected as looking very nice and special. Like also look at the Rhino, always gets comments obviously. And here classic Scandinavian design. So by the way, small detail, this Sea Star has 6 legs, which is very strange actually. That's why I have it on display. I thought that was fun. I encourage you, if you have nice knives, also make a little display. It takes the fear away of people when they come and they see, they will ask you about it. And so you can give some background, say yes, they are useful tools, and look, there's a whole history behind them. So I hope you found this interesting, and feel free to leave feedback.